Hello, happy Parent-Teacher Conferences Day from me, from a 9th grader.
Hello, my name is Joshua Banks.
And from a
10th grader.
From the last video, Jalen.
And from 7th graders. Hello, this is Giella Ross.
Y'all remember me from the last video? I had to keep.
He was in my math class once upon a time. I think he's doing better now than he was then.
Hey.
Alright, so we've got 2 problems, and you guys really may not want to sit here for the next 10 minutes, but you can if you want to. It's your call. Okay, we've got 3 problems to look at that involve generating equivalent expressions. So we're not specifically looking at solving equations today. Instead, we're thinking about how we can rename expressions using what we know from previous days. So you got the expression negative 10 times 2x plus 3. And I challenged people to see how many different ways they could write this. A lot of people immediately said, I want to distribute through.
Yeah.
And that gave them an easy way to write out in extended form. You'd have 10 times 2x plus negative 10 times 3, which you could then reduce to negative 20x plus negative 30. So like no matter what, you should have ended up with something that looked like that. That's a good starting place. And we could check to make sure that was equivalent by picking a number for x and plugging it in and seeing are the 2 things going to be equal. But people went a little bit further too. Some people said, well, I think that 10 times negative 2x plus negative 3 would end up becoming equivalent. And you could check that by once again distributing through. We got negative 20x plus negative 30, same thing that we got for the last one, so it works. Some people went even further and said, well, that would be like doing negative 20x minus 30, because adding a negative is going to make you go down, just like subtracting would make you go down. So all of those would be equivalent expressions that would work. Main push, make sure you know how to distribute, because you're going to need to know how to do that. And remind yourself of how positive and negative number multiplication works, because at this point you need to know how to do that. So how does the distributive property work when negative terms are involved? Basically the same as when positive terms are involved. You can still distribute through. And Bruce, can you move? You're actually distracting. People who are going to watch this are going to have a hard time with you making faces behind. Thank you. So then, the other thing that we need to remind ourselves is the additive inverses. Hey.
Belong to me. Why are you up here? Where are you with? Mr. Peter?
Sorry, this is not as helpful as it should be. So 5 minus negative 7, if we wanted to rewrite that as addition, we could say that's the same as 5 plus negative 7. Same situation as the other expression. Minus 7 is going to make your value go down. Adding negative 7 will make your value go down. Add the opposite. So this is what you're going to be needing to use for the next 2 problems. For both of them, I'm going to give you an expression that I want you to distribute so that you can write it with no parentheses. We've got negative 10 times 2x minus 3. Looks pretty similar to the one before, except this time we are subtracting 3 instead of adding 3. So you cannot just change that to addition. You're going to get something totally different. So you can change it to adding a negative. Again, both of those would make your value go down. And then, yeah, I said that, but it's fine. Your principal is talking over me. Don't worry about it. And you could distribute through and get negative 20x now plus, if you have negative 10 times negative 3, it's going to actually be plus a positive 30. So even though you had subtraction, you might think it was going to be a negative term after that, because it's a negative times a negative. Negative times negative, you'll actually have positive 30. More teachers. Sorry, I should not leave these things to the last minute. And last one, similar ideas. If you have negative 2 times 8 minus 3x, how could you turn that into addition so that you can distribute through using the strategies you know? Says Josh.
Change the sign.
Change the signs. Add the opposite. He knows because in 8th grade he was told to do that all the time. And then you have negative 16 plus negative 2 times negative 3x would be positive 6x. You can't go any further. This is like having pennies in bags. You're not going to be able to combine them together. They're not like terms. And that's what we got. So, pretty short set of things today, but 2 things to be paying attention to. How can you turn subtraction into addition? And what happens when you're multiplying by negative numbers?